What is hyperbole? The dictionary definition says, exaggerated statements or claims not meant to be taken literally. The ideas or sentiments presented are not meant to be realistic, they're just there to stress a point. Bad examples of hyperbole. Number 1, be careful. Often, bad hyperbole is only bad because it could cause offence or make you seem ignorant. Of course, you may want your character to appear to be ignorant. For example, tidy your room, David. Ugh, tidying up is worse than the plague. This shows that the character has little to no respect for those who suffered during the plague, little to no respect for his own mother, and little to no respect for himself because he doesn't care about tidying up his own personal space. 2. Weak hyperbole. Hyperbole can go too far, as illustrated in the previous example, but it can also risk being a little bit underwhelming. These weak comparisons also hold a risk of seeming literal. For example, compare these two. Every morning, he drank a river of coffee. Versus, every morning, he drank 10 cups of coffee. No matter your intention, the latter seems more literal. This could be because there is a definite number of cups mentioned, and the limitation of that weakens the hyperbole. Rivers of coffee seem endless and difficult to control, which adds to the characterisation of the man. This hyperbolic statement implies that he has an addiction to coffee, which creates ideas such as he's under pressure to stay awake, he gets a lot of headaches, he doesn't get much sleep, and he puts a lot of pressure on his body by forcing stimulation and energy. 3. Poor comparisons. Another reason why hyperbole can be ineffective is with the use of a poor comparison. For example, I'm so hungry I could eat a whole shelf of books. Yes, it is a wild exaggeration, but books and food are a little bit too unrelated to make sense here. I'm so hungry I can eat a horse is a good alternative, but it is a typical cliche of hyperbole. So you'd probably want to change that up and have a little bit of fun with that instead of using the cliche or resorting to a cliche. You could say something like, I'm so hungry I could eat a whole barn full of farmyard animals. Hyperbole is effective when the reader can recognise and understand that hyperbole is being used. As mentioned before, hyperbole is less effective if it can be taken literally. Good hyperbole brings urgency and intensity to the expression. For example, my mum's going to kill me. I told him 1,000,000 times. The world's greatest pizza. And waiting for the train felt like an eternity. My method for creating hyperbole. Number 1. Think of the thing that you want to describe. This could be a noun or a verb, usually. 2. Think about the quality that you wish to exaggerate. 3. Come up with ideas of things that share that quality, but on a more extreme scale. For example, I randomly generated 2 nouns and 2 verbs. The nouns are behaviour and owl. The verbs are shout and disappear. I will start with shout and show my working out, and then show you what I made with the rest of the words. So the word is shout. What do I want to exaggerate? The volume. So other things that are loud. Animals, dogs barking, aeroplanes taking off, a bomb, a jackhammer, concerts, breaking the sound barrier, sonic boom. And here are the hyperbolic sentences I created. Her voice broke the sound barrier. Simple. She went on and on like 1,000 Jack Russells, all yapping at once. So for behaviour, I wanted to accentuate the mischievous side of that. For other things that are mischievous, I chose like demons and devils. I also thought, instead of focusing on what is mischievous, I also thought about ways that she could respond to that. So I ended up with, my mum is sick to death of him ripping the house down like a tornado going at 300 miles an hour. There are 3 uses of hyperbole in this statement. For owl, I wanted to accentuate the eyes being big and round. What else is big and round? The moon. Easy. And the statement I made from that was, the owl twisted its head towards us. Its eyes were each as large and round as the moon. And finally, the last word, disappear. The thing I wanted to exaggerate was how someone sort of disappears when they blend in to the background sort of thing. And I ended up with, they were all so animated and quick. I felt myself fade away against the wall until I was completely invisible. Okay, so what I would like you to do is the exact same thing that I did, is I would like you to think of 2 nouns and 2 verbs. I would like you to show you're working out. Tell me what you would like to exaggerate for that word. So like I did with the owl, I wanted to exaggerate its eyes, and then come up with a hyperbolic sentence that exaggerates that feature that you'd like to exaggerate. Please post it down below. There should also be a quiz there as well. Thank you very much.